Podcast has started.
Podcast has started. We got a lot to go over. I like these movie reviews.
Yeah, they're fun. I mean, we've done a couple. Weapons.
Him.
Yeah, that was a crazy one.
Yeah, there's a lot of good movies we need to cover because we went back in time a little bit.
We did. I think you said
1984.
84 film by James Cameron.
Terminator 1.
The Terminator here.
Arnold's probably. I wanted to look and see if this was kind of his like
prime.
Not prime probably, but maybe like his coming out party of like, this is when his career really started. I need to look at his.
Yeah, I mean, that was the first thing I noticed. Like, the movie starts, he drops down. There's, like, this garbage guy going up to pick up a garbage can, and it's just this electricity just takes over his vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
And then right next to him, Arnold Schwarzenegger just spawns, butt naked.
Yeah.
And
so this was kind of his first big film, 1984, and then 1990, Total Recall, Kindergarten Cop, 1991, Terminator 2, and then it just kind of gets started from there.
It's got an 8.1 IMDb rating, and it's 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this movie probably at the time was like blockbuster.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if we could see how much money it grossed. Usually that's kind of like a something we can see here.
1984, go and get a movie ticket for $2.
Yeah, where is this at? I was wondering what this guy, Michael Biehn, he was
Agent Reese.
Anyways, so we can get into that.
Yeah.
Later. I'll find that. But yeah, first of all, let's just start off. What'd you rank it out of 10?
I'd give it
Did you like the movie?
I liked the movie. I enjoyed it. I had to pause every now and then because I did want to take notes for it. And just because there were a lot of things that I knew I wanted to talk about. But no, I enjoyed it. I mean, obviously, if you take out, you got to look at it from the sense that this was made in 1984.
Yeah.
And so, if you're comparing it to a 2025 movie, you're going to be disappointed
for
because
a lot
of
of
the
reasons.
style. Yeah. It's like the CGI is different and the way that the movie moves and the character, it's just different, but it was a good movie because I was like, man, like they just focus on the plot, and that was the most important thing. And so I'd maybe give it a 9 out of 10.
Wow.
I mean,
high praise.
I think it's to be the first one. And so I think maybe we got to kind of finish the series at some point, but,
we should for sure.
The AI and, the conversations that we've been having about robots and, it's extremely relevant. And
Definitely.
So, I think there's a lot to get in here. But yeah, I'd probably give it a 9 out of 10 just for the idea and Arnold and, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I feel like I also enjoyed it. I wouldn't give it a 9. I think I'm probably at 7.5, but I think they were limited by we'll talk about it later, the CGI ability.
Yeah.
I think they could have gone more into depth about which I think they probably do in Terminator 2 about the company that starts the backstory of they were calling it a defense computer.
Like a security defense network.
Yeah, and I think when he started talking about that, I took some notes because that was it's interesting.
And they didn't really get into that. I mean, we didn't have a character name until, we had Sarah Connor, but, the Agent Reese did not explain the situation until probably 45 minutes
in the parking
when he's taking
garage.
Sarah. Yeah, and she's like, why me? And then he really spills and you get the backstory of what kind of, machines are these, the origin story, who he is and what he's doing there. But I think, let's start with the first intro scene.
Yeah, when he spawns.
They spawn.
Yeah.
And so I thought I had seen this movie. I may have seen it, 10, 15 years ago, but I definitely did not remember how the movie went. I think I was getting it mixed up with the Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
Yeah.
Because when the second, Arnold spawned, and then they had the second guy come in, and I was expecting him to look like the guy from Terminator 2.
No, same.
And I was like, I don't remember this dude.
I didn't remember him either, and I thought the exact same thing. I'm like, where's that cop guy?
Yes.
I was like, who is this guy? And so they spawn, and we come to find out that he's sent to kill Sarah Connor.
Yeah.
And Reese is sent to save Sarah Connor.
Yeah, and so the movie goes, and Arnold spawns, and then he goes to that that gang, they're messing around, and he's like
the spiky hair and makeup,
and
they're punk rockers.
He needs their clothes, and he's kind of repeating them. And I was trying to I didn't want to overthink and look for every small detail,
Sure.
but I did kind of want to pay a lot of attention to just how they're communicating. And so Arnold kind of started off, he was repeating what that group was saying. And then he finally said, give me your clothes. And, they say now they pull out their knives and stab him. And he literally rips the guy's heart out. And I was like, oh, shit.
That was pretty intense.
So murder out of the gate.
Oh, yeah. First, he killed 3.
Yeah.
The third guy
think
died.
We're moving too fast. Because the first true scene is 2029.
That's right.
That's how it starts.
Yeah.
It's 2029, and it's this apocalyptic world, L.A.
Mm-hmm. Because it's 2029 Los Angeles. And quote from the Terminator.
Oh yeah, I wrote that down.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, so it says they're showing these kind of machine droids, rolling over human skulls and just crushing human skulls to dust. And this quote pops up, and it says, "The machines rose from the ashes of the nuclear fire. Their war to exterminate mankind had raged for decades, but the final battle would not be fought in the future. It would be fought here in our present." And so that you're kind of just getting the lay of the land, and you can see some army, militia, humans, ducking and covering and getting blown up by these laser beams. And
that's a badass poster.
So then they go back, they show that, and then they go back to LA, I think 1984, and then that's when both of the Terminators are born.
Yeah, I guess when they went back. So, what'd you take away from the futuristic scene that they showed in the beginning, where they're rolling over skulls with tanks and there's kind of these overwatchers?
Yeah,
deals?
It felt like what you would think of an apocalyptic machine takeover. Earth is scorched, and these people are kind of hiding like rats and trying to get around, and
they're shooting laser guns.
Yeah, shooting lasers, and it feels like they're controlling everything at this point.
It's crazy, thinking how they were thinking in 1984, what the future could be.
I mean, that's
a huge
4
theme.
years away from now.
Yeah, it's a huge theme for this, and we'll get into that because I think ultimately I have some nitpicks about Arnold.
That's all right.
The Terminator.
Yeah, that's all right.
But so I guess how should we do this? So I wanted to ask you. So Arnold's physique is the perfect for the Terminator.
Yeah.
Who do you think could play Terminator
now?
Yeah. My mind first went to The Rock, but I think he's too nice of a character.
That's a good question. I didn't really think about that. I think you could maybe say Alan Ritchson, who plays Reacher.
Oh, yeah.
He's huge. He's very stoic.
Sure.
He's not an emotional.
That's a good pick. Yeah.
But I don't know. I think there's something about. I don't know. I feel like there's be something about having a Terminator that isn't this super jacked guy. Obviously that feeds in kind of to the lore of someone you can't beat. It's you got a robot already, and then you got someone who's, a bodybuilder, and
Sure.
it's it kind of adds to the we can't beat this guy in a fight.
Yeah. Because they say he's not a robot; he's a cyborg.
Yes.
He's got a robotic frame and a
human flesh.
Human flesh.
Yeah, living human flesh.
But you see that in the scene where you see that it progresses to the end where he's just in his Terminator frame form, which is honestly more scary.
It is a little spooky.
But he's messing with his arm, cutting his arm up, and you see all the wires in there.
Yeah. What do you think? Who would you choose?
I think kind of went to The Rock. I feel like he would be the guy that would probably be chosen to play that. And I'd like to see him play it. So I'm going to go with The Rock.
Yeah, like a Terminator remake.
They should do that.
That'd be kind of sick.
I think it would be a lot better, honestly.
Yeah.
One thing I did notice too is how many there's no cell phones.
Yeah, no cell phones.
It's all payphones.
Yeah.
And then just the idea that they're picking up these phone books and everyone's address is in there.
Yeah. Crazy.
It seems so crazy. Like, I feel like that's just. And then how can you have everyone's address in Los Angeles in one book?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's kind of mind blowing.
Well, and that's kind of when like I wasn't confused, but I didn't know how the movie was going because they show the second, what I thought was the second Terminator. When I was taking my notes, I was referring to Agent Reese's character as Terminator 2 because I thought he was another Terminator. And so I was like, Terminator 2 goes to the phone book and he scans for Sarah Connor's name, and then
they're both trying to get him.
Yeah, like fast forward, I think Arnold had gone to that gun store and kills the guy after he gets all the guns, and then he goes to the phone book, and so they're looking for the same person, Sarah Connor.
That's so interesting that's where your mind went first. My mind went, I thought he was John Connor, Agent Reese, because I thought, I just thought like, well, why would a second Terminator be the skinny guy compared to Arnold? But
yeah, but what I did notice was he was a lot more human-like from the very beginning when he landed. And, Arnold is like robot mode, but the other guy, Agent Reese, is like, he's got some scruffle on his face. He's, he looks a lot more nervous of like where he's at.
He's got some emotions.
Something that we don't have to skip ahead necessarily, but let me find this. So, Arnold didn't really look homeless when he showed up. He was just naked and whatever, but the other guy did. And he went to the alley and he was with the homeless person and he took his pants and the cops were chasing him. And so
interesting.
They kind of say like some of the hidden messaging is that like the people, he knew the truth, but he was kind of, maybe in the audience's view, like they're kind of dismissing him because, he looked a little homeless, a little bit more disheveled.
Interesting.
Unstable maybe. And so ChatGPT was telling me how this mirrors how whistleblowers and dissidents and anti-system thinkers are treated.
Wow.
And I was like, that's actually that makes sense.
Yeah, and so what ends up happening is that Arnold he's on a mission. Mm-hmm. And you see kind of from his perspective, like he's got this red like thermal view, I think. Yeah. Where he's like dialing in, there's all these codes.
Infrared,
in his head, and he's walking around and he goes to the phone booth and finds there's like 3 Sarah Connors in there, which lucky for her.
She was the last one.
Yeah. So he like puts his finger on one and he shows up to this random chick's house and just
blows her away.
Blows her away. And then there's the other girl was that scene in there where he kills the second Sarah Connor?
I'm trying to remember.
I don't think he did, because I know he killed her roommate.
Yeah, Ginger and her boyfriend Matt, I think. I don't remember if they showed the second killing, because I remember, Sarah Connor's working as a waitress at a diner, and her friend Ginger is also working there, and so they bring her to the back and they show her on the news. And they're like, you're not going to believe this, and it's like the news reporter, Sarah Ann Connor, mother of 2, murdered. Yeah. And her friends like, you're dead in their eyes.
Yeah.
And so,
or you're next or something.
Yeah, it was like, it's like, what are the odds that like someone with your same name gets killed? And then they're planning on going to the double date, and she's at the pizza joint by herself. Sarah Connor is. Yeah. She's eating her pizza, and then the news goes behind her, and it's the same thing. Another Sarah Connor was killed, and that's actually when the police force gets introduced, because the guy hands the thing to the captain, and he's like, hey, we've got 2 Sarah Connors that have been murdered within the same. We need to find the third.
Yeah.
And that's when they try to start contacting her, and they can't get any
can't find her. So it's interesting, like that couple, Ginger and that guy.
Yeah.
So they're all getting ready, Ginger and Sarah Connor, and he calls her on the phone,
Yeah.
And Sarah Connor answers, not Ginger, and he's sweet talking her over the phone.
Sexton.
Yeah, and how long do you think they have been dating, Ginger and that guy?
Well, she referred to him as a creep. You know, when Sarah
Really?
gave the phone to Ginger, because she had her Walkman on and they were getting ready.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Hey, it's the creep." So I don't know. I mean,
the creep, but then they end up getting together at their place.
So I don't know. I bet they've been together because she knew who he was. And then whenever she leaves that night, he's right outside the front door and he's kind of like kissing her a little bit.
That kind of was weird to me.
But I think that's how it was. In the 80s, I think it was kind of, you couldn't text anyone, you had to call. And so I think the closeness of people and the intimacy was, I think, on a different level than it is now, where everyone's like, get the fuck away from me,
Interesting. Yeah, they had the scene before they got killed, the sex scene where they were listening to the music on the Walkman.
Yeah. And I wonder what that...
The Walkman, there's no way they could have stopped Terminator, but...
No.
She was distracted by her music.
Yeah. So then, I guess from that point, Arnold's on the hunt, and or the Terminator's on the hunt. And so Sarah Connor figures out in the diner that the other Sarah Connor has been killed.
Yes.
And so now it's clicking for her. She goes to the phone booth in the diner and looks through and sees that her name is like the last one on there. So I think at this point she's starting to realize like someone is actually after her, or she's getting freaked out. And that's when she leaves and realizes that Agent Reese is following her.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking still at this point, like, this guy's going to fucking kill her. Like, I didn't know what his role was.
I thought, for some reason I just had in my head, like, he's not going to.
Yeah, you could kind of, I didn't know where it was going.
So he finds her first. So this brings me to an overall point of, like, the human is actually smarter than the cyborg at this point.
Yeah.
And he even touches on that. Later we can get into it where he's like, we won.
Yeah.
And now they had to come back in time to take her out before she has John Connor.
Yes.
To spark the resistance. But yeah, Arnold's character, the Terminator, like, I was expecting, like, if they remade it now, I just think, like, with AI and how things are going today, like, it just seems like Terminator was kind of just not as advanced as what I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Did you feel that way? 'Cause he was kind of just like an idiot.
Yeah, but I think that's the robot. Like, you have to understand that it is an emotionless robot that's just analyzing data.
Well, even that, I mean, you would think like, okay, he's got this like system in his head, like he can look into the person's eyes and it's like, is this the Sarah Connor I'm looking for? No. Like, instead he's just like firing 10 times
but
at
I don't
anything.
think they just knew, and he hinted at that they just knew her name, her address, and where she lived.
Yeah.
So that was the only information they were going off of. And so I guess kind of fulfilling the prophecy of killing her, that he would have known when he knew. And I think he did know once they had that scene at the club, which
Techno Club.
Tech Noir.
Oh, is that what it said?
Yeah. They had a big sign, and they made that a point of emphasis. And Tech Noir means, where is this at?
I can look it up here. It's a genre of fiction.
Yes.
It's a hybrid genre of fiction, particularly film, combining film noir and science fiction. Oh.
So break down what noir means.
Noir. Of or relating to the film noir genre, of or relating to a genre.
So that
of
was
crime.
created after. Like, this was set kind of in the 80s, but that's truly
Suggestive of danger or violence?
Yeah, so noir is kind of like corruption, decay, distrust. Tech noir is like technology becomes the agent of corruption.
Whoa, good find.
And so, like, yeah, that's where...
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, so, yeah, click on the images, see if you can get the... Yeah, I mean, it looked exactly like that. I think that was it.
Would you hang out at Tech Noir?
And so, like, they really made that a point of emphasis. And then that was, like, the first meeting ground where Agent Reese and Arnold had their their first battle, right?
And so yeah, and he ends up saying this because he waited to the last second to protect Sarah Connor.
Yeah.
Like Terminator gets up to her and like zeroes in, and it's like, dang, bro, step in already.
Yeah.
But he admits that
he didn't know who it was.
Because I think he said that this Terminator is the second evolution.
The first one I think was like the Series 600.
And it was a rubber Terminator.
Yeah, he said they were a lot easier to spot. And these are the CSM 100, 101 or something.
Cybernetic organism.
Yeah. And so I thought that was like a kind of an interesting Easter egg.
I like it, yeah.
And yeah, they have their first battle and they're just mowing down people. And so that's when it really clicked for me at that point, because when they were having these battles, Agent Reese is like, he's shooting Arnold good. And like, but Agent Reese isn't getting shot. And he's like diving and like doing all these things. I'm like, he's got to be human, because they weren't showing him getting hit.
Interesting. That's when it clicked.
That's when it clicked for me that he's not human. Yeah. Yeah, look at that gun too.
Yeah, and it sounded like a laser gun too.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough. So, you know what I first thought when I saw her?
What?
She looks like Sam Altman.
Yeah,
hear me out.
I kind of see it.
When I first saw her, I was like, maybe it's because like I knew it was going to be about AI. But I just saw his face in her. I don't know what it is about.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it a little bit.
Where's it?
It's kind of the eyes and
it
the
might
nose
be the
a little
eyes.
bit. They got both kind of have like some bigger eyes.
Yeah, she's pretty though.
Yeah. So yeah, they have their first battle.
Yeah.
And they get away.
Shotguns him outside the window.
Yeah. And I think that's where he says, you know, come with me if you want to live. Agent Reese says that to Sarah Connor.
Yeah, it's classic.
And so now we kind of have like a savior, you know, type role, and they go and hide. And I can't remember if that one leads to like a chase after. Or
it does, yeah. So they get in the automobile, and Arnold's chasing them, and he's like on top of the thing, and he's like reaching through the glass.
Yeah.
He's like slow-mo, just
yeah.
And then grabs her, and then they crash into a cop car.
Yep.
And the guy's like a rookie cop or something, and he's like,
we need an ambulance at 7th and Broadway.
There's a felony over here. And he freaking kills him and gets in the car, and then he changes his voice.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, there's some tech.
Yeah, and then he understands that he's listening to the police scanner.
Yeah.
To get, find out where they're at. So yeah, you got to give Arnold a little bit more credit.
Yeah.
He looks freaky though. I mean,
so then Agent Reese reveals himself to her.
Yeah.
And
they
explains
have their open conversation, heart to heart.
Because she's still like freaking out, and she doesn't trust him.
Mm-hmm.
So she tries to get out of the door, and he's like, you have to listen to me. Don't do anything unless I tell you to.
Yeah.
Type deal. Then he goes into the backstory.
Yeah.
Of kind of why he's there. He's sent to protect her.
Mm-hmm.
And he's kind of leaving out like the full picture, but he basically explains, I think, that that's a Terminator, and he's not going to stop.
Yeah. It will kill you.
Yeah. He's sent to kill you. Part man, part machine, microprocessor controlled, living tissue on outside, human appearance, new model. And then she said, why me?
Yeah.
Like, why is this guy following me? And then he says it's a nuclear war wiped out everything. Defense network computers trusted to run it all.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That seems like that's on the horizon.
Yeah. They refer to it as like a super intelligent force. Mm-hmm. And they decided that humans need to go. They need to be exterminated.
Yeah. Which, I mean, that's crazy how they could think that far ahead, because it seems like we're barreling towards that with AI and how they, like, we were watching 60 Minutes outside, and there was a CEO of an AI company talking about that experiment they did where they were set to cancel the AI that evening, and they gave it information that this guy was having an affair with his wife. The human was. And then the AI, not wanting to be canceled, ended up blackmailing everyone in the organization.
What?
And saying, yeah, for its own survival. I mean, it was an experiment. It was an experiment. It wasn't real. But I think they said some percentage, like 60% of AI, all ended up resorting to blackmail in that situation.
Damn.
But then they're like, this is an experiment and we fixed it now and all this crap.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, they keep talking, and he says that, he was kept alive to be pretty much a slave.
That's right.
They kept some of these people to be a slave and build these machines for the machine, cybernet or Skynet or whatever. And then that's when he reveals, which is probably like one of the bigger points in the movie, when he says he was sent by her unborn son.
Yeah.
And he talks about how they fought back, and the guy's name was Connor.
He's the leader.
John Connor. And
the leader of the resistance.
Kind of the savior. And then he reveals too, which I don't know if you notice this, he pulls up his sleeve and he's got the barcode.
Yeah.
Which is like Mark of the Beast.
Definitely. That's like I Pet Goat.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
This movie is crazy.
Yeah. So then they have that big fight after that, and that's when Sarah and Reese get caught by the police.
Yeah, he crashes into the wall.
Yeah, and like the body looks like a doll.
Yeah. And then they get arrested, and then they interrogate Agent Reese.
Mm-hmm.
And he obviously sounds insane to
the
cops.
This is a big point too, because this is kind of how everyone handles anyone who's conspiratorial. It's like very dismissive. They don't take it seriously. That the doctor, that doctor they brought in, he's looking at it for his own selfish gain of, man, I can make a career out of this guy. And, this is a brilliant fabrication that he's created. And they're not listening. But I thought that the police captain, the black guy, he was pretty silent. And I felt like he was kind of the only one who, I think the wheels were starting to click for him, because he was kind of telling that other guy to shut up, and they're making jokes, and he was taking care of Sarah. And I feel like he was on the cusp of
figuring it out.
I think there's we need to believe these people.
Yeah.
That's just kind of how I felt.
Sure.
And it didn't end up turning into anything because he got blasted away, a few scenes later.
He was a casualty of Arnold. Terminator.
But that's definitely a microcosm of, how we treat people, or in how we have historically treated people who
conspiracy theories.
Yeah, who say things that we can't believe in. I think another one of the themes of that is let me see here.
Yeah, and he was so sure of himself. That was the thing. He didn't even consider anything, which, I mean, part of it is kind of insane. Can't really blame him for thinking he's crazy, but yeah. So then they end up watching the footage, and she's kind of infatuated by this message that he's screaming to the screen. He gets really emotional, and he's talking directly into the camera, this Terminator's not gonna stop.
It'll reach down her throat and rip her heart out.
That's what he said. Yeah.
And then he pauses it, and it's kind of stuck on that frame.
Yeah, and then so she's like, "Oh my God, this is overwhelming." And then the police chief's like, "All right, lay down on the couch, take a nap. You're going a little crazy now."
Yeah.
And then that's when Arnold shows up to the police station, and
the doctor walks right by him. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh no, I didn't.
Whenever Arnold walks into the police station, the doctor is it almost kind of looks like he's bent down, looking at his pager, and he walks right behind him as he walks out.
Wow.
Which I think was kind of another. I think that was an important scene, because you're kind of showing you got your head down, you're not even paying attention at what's actually going on around you.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. He's kind of. So then he says that famous line, "I'll be back."
Yeah.
The guy's like, "Take a seat over there."
Yeah, he's like, "I'm Sarah Connor's friend.
She's here.
She's making a statement. If you want to talk to her, take a seat on the bench." And he kind of scans around. I'll be back.
Classic.
And he just drives his car
Blows
to
his
the
car
front.
to the
Yeah.
front.
And then, yeah, I mean, there were a lot of like just huge murder scenes. I mean, he's just blowing people away.
Yeah, I mean, he that's the part where, well, I guess so. The idea of the Terminator, he can't be killed, right? I mean, because they at the end, obviously, like he just engulfed in flames and melted down.
Yeah.
And maybe we can find out second movie, third movie, like how he's able to be killed. But let's just say he can't be killed. If he can't be killed, that makes more sense why it doesn't matter if he just murks everyone. Because if there's some way to kill him, you would think he'd be more strategic. I just feel like he wasn't that strategic, other than like the goal's set. Let me just go anyone in my way. You're done.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think, and that's what the doctor kind of hints back, because they were saying, like, how do we kill this guy? And he's like, you didn't bring any weapons with you from the future?
Yeah.
And that's when Sarah in the car, when they had their conversation, she's like, can you kill him for me?
Yeah.
And he's like,
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
And so I don't think it's more of like the Terminator is invincible. I think it's just like they don't have the weaponry. They're trying to kill it like they would a human being.
Yeah.
And I think maybe there could be something in there where it's like they're treating it like a human being when they need to be treating it like this mechanical robot that needs to be handled a certain way.
Yep.
You can't kill it with a pistol. And so, yeah, he just ends up blowing all these people away. And then Sarah and Agent Reese get out.
They do, yeah. So there's a whole thing. She finds him, and then they go to that motel.
Yes.
And then that's when he kind of tells her some more stuff that he had a picture of her.
Is that when he has not a flashback?
No, she has a dream.
She has a dream, or he has a dream?
They're like sitting there, and he's shot.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh my God, we need to go to the hospital or whatever. And he's like, no, I'll be fine or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're sitting there talking. And I think he said something about the defense grid was smashed and we won. And then that's why the Terminator was sent back in time to kill you before John Connor could be born.
Mm-hmm.
And he basically said that no one can come through or go back. It's just me and Terminator.
Yeah.
And I think that might have happened before the interrogation scene.
Well, he also had, because I'm looking at my notes here, before they got to the police station, Agent Reese had a dream that he was fighting the army. And that's when he's kind of paired up with that girl, and they end up he throws those bombs, they end up destroying that one big droid ship, and he's getting away in the car, and he burns to death in the car. And that's when he kind of wakes up in a panic.
Okay, yeah.
But there's another scene. There's another scene that he has where I think it's a flashback, because I think it's real. I guess a flash forward almost, where he's fighting again, and they go down to that kind of underground bunker, and that's where he sees the young kids and the civilians, and he's trying to take the nap, and then all of a sudden the dogs start barking. That gate that they came in through. Mm-hmm. The dogs start barking, and they're like, it's a Terminator.
Yeah.
And it just starts blowing people up. And that's when he's fighting it, and he falls, and his picture of Sarah Connor falls out and gets burned. And it ends up being the same picture that is taken at the very end of the movie at the gas station.
That was cool. That was probably, that was a cool scene. And for some reason, I feel like that was her dream. Because she woke up disgruntled of oh my God, what just happened? After that.
Yeah,
they were kind of on the wall, do you remember?
Yeah, I do remember that.
And she comes to, and he's sitting there holding her.
Yeah, she's really cold and...
Yeah, and so then... so then they go to the motel, right? And he admits his love for her.
Yeah.
And then that's when it was he's probably the father of John Connor.
Yeah, he said, I traveled back in time to, save you.
Yeah.
He's and then he's like, I shouldn't have said that. Yeah. And then she comes over and caresses his face while he's putting his pipe bombs in his duffel bag.
Stuffing them in there.
Yeah.
Pissed off that he... and then Yeah, they have the sex scene. They make love. They conceive John.
Yes. Yes.
Sex scene was pretty interesting. I mean, it was a good. Nowadays it's so graphic. So
Yeah,
this was fine.
Kissing. There was nothing weird shown.
Yeah,
But you could tell that, like, he
passionate.
was sacrificing his life for her. And then to find out that, like, he is human, I think makes it that much more, like, important of, like, how he feels towards her. Because, like, he could have been killed at any point.
My mind's kind of, like, going crazy because... So he comes back in time to have the kid. It just seems like, what's going to... Like, it doesn't make sense to me that much. Because if John Connor in the future, John Connor's already there, that means he had to go back and do that. That was like, and then it goes to the future.
It's kind of like
it's kind of crazy.
It's like a bootstrap paradox.
Oh, really?
That's what it said it was called. Type that in, see what that says.
Yeah, my mind just went there right there. A bootstrap paradox is a theoretical situation in time travel where an object or piece of information is sent back in time and becomes trapped in an infinite loop with no clear point of origin.
Yeah.
So this creates a scenario where the item seems to exist without being created, leading to a contradiction in causality.
Yeah. And that's kind of fulfilled with the picture at the end.
Yeah.
Because now it's like we don't know where this started at.
Such as Skynet learning to create Terminators after one is sent back in time. This paradox. Yeah. It's definitely doesn't make sense, but okay, so then they hear the dogs barking when they're all shacked up.
Mm-hmm.
Terminator's coming through.
Yeah.
So they leave, they get in the car. They're driving around. And he's chasing them.
Yeah.
And then they end up basically burning him to death, seemingly.
Yeah, they have the big fight again, and Sarah's kind of running, and Agent Reese puts the pipe bomb in the back of that fueler tanker that the Terminator's using, blows him up. And we're thinking, finally, like, this thing has to...
He gets out of the front seat. He's covered in flames.
Yeah, and then it dies. And Sarah, that was important, too, because Sarah's kind of hiding behind this building, and she's like... The frames kept going back and forth between her face and the Terminator's face. Yeah. She's, like, waiting to see when this thing finally, like, kind of rolls over and it's done. Mm-hmm. And so then she goes and kind of investigates, and Agent Reese comes out. They're hugging, and they're like, we won. And
I thought it was over too.
I thought it was over, and then
his flesh is gone.
rises. The machine rises from the ashes and the inferno, and now it's the
Poetic.
skin's gone. Like, the skin's gone. It's just the frame of the machine.
It's straight creepy Terminator.
Yeah, the whole red eyes and everything.
This guy.
Yeah,
just freaking creepy.
Yeah, definitely creepy.
Yeah,
and that's kind of where you see, like, man, this thing is like,
it's not gonna stop.
It's not gonna stop.
And then this, honestly, when the movie got a little boring to me, when the Terminator's just chasing them through the warehouse. But one thing I did notice was that he knew to distract the Terminator with these other machines.
Yeah.
And it's just these two, like, machines in this auto manufacturing warehouse that are seemingly distracting this super sophisticated Terminator.
Yeah, but that's where
I was like...
Well, I think you have to understand that the goal of the Terminator and the machine is not... Let me see, I wrote this down. Where's this at? Damn it, I can't find this. It's emotionless. It's not... Like, everything is from a logical and analytical view from the cyborg.
Yeah.
And so it's like you said at the beginning, only mission is to kill.
Yeah. And
so, like, it can't be like, oh, well, she's sad, so I'm going to sneak up on... it's not like that. It's just, it's going to go through the path of least resistance to get to Sarah Connor.
Yeah, for sure. And Yeah, and I already mentioned it, but that's kind of like my nitpick of the Terminator is that he's not. And it's crazy too because I guess back then they wouldn't have any idea of what artificial intelligence is,
Yeah.
but artificial intelligence would be able to, I just feel like would be able to like know that okay, these are just car manufacturing robots, machines. Like why is that such a big distraction? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
And it'll be able to use all the data that he's getting from the cameras in his eyes to reach the goal even better. Like I feel like there would be no way to stop him if he had AI installed in him.
Yeah, and that I think that's fair to say. You know,
at least now because we know how AI is with ChatGPT and things like that,
and facial recognition, and
yeah,
you know,
and I guess he might have had some form of intelligence.
who, the Terminator?
Yeah. Because he knows what to do. He's interacting with people.
Yeah.
He's got a goal. And he, like you said, he's just focused on the goal. So there is some sort of AI in him, but I just think it's not.
It's like a very watered down version of what we understand now is like the full capability of machines. Like,
exactly.
But I think that's okay. You know, it's the first machine ever. I think it would be almost a disservice to the movie if the Terminator was like this insanely intelligent species that just, then there's really no fight.
The movie would be over in 10 minutes.
So it's like, I think they gave him the proper skill set to make the movie and to be the first one, you know, this, whatever the CSM 101. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it reminds me of like if you have a zombie movie, you don't want the zombies to be like super fast zombies that get through anything.
Yeah, it would
you
be
want them
too
to be
unrealistic.
Like move around slow and make it more entertaining.
Yeah, and he also, I mean, he imitated the voice. He's kind of self-healing. You know, he can track her. You know, he used his context clues to figure out where she is, and so yeah, I don't think it was. But yeah, so then they have that big fight. It's relentless in its pursuit, and then they're in that machine room, and that's when, you know, he puts the last pipe bomb in the machine's gut pretty much, and it blows up. And then she realizes that Agent Reese died in the process, so she's like crying over him, and you know, now the Terminator just with its upper body starts crawling after her. Yeah. To just kind of reiterate relentless pursuit. Until it is completely crushed. Yeah. And they showed a little bit of an Easter egg earlier whenever they first entered into that machine room. Like one of the first scenes where he was kind of like playing around, Agent Reese was playing around with all the buttons and turning everything on, and they're hiding. Yeah. They get to the hydraulic press, and they show the same panel of buttons that Sarah Connor ended up reaching for at the very end and then hitting the start one to crush it down. But they showed that hydraulic press earlier in that scene.
So does that mean that he like set it up to do that?
No, I think it's more of like a foreshadow for this is going to end up being the thing that kills it.
Oh, I got it.
You know, like it ended up crushing it, which maybe goes back to the very beginning of the movie when the machines were crushing the human skulls and rolling over the human skulls.
Good point, yeah.
And then at the very end, she crushes the machine, and then the red eye, you know, finally dims away, and
so it's done.
Dead.
It's dead for sure.
It's dead. I think it's dead for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
it opened up. I mean, the way that the movie finished is like, and then when she goes to the gas station and she gets her picture taken and she's kind of speaking through her, you know, the recorder to her future son, and, you know, telling her about, you know, your father and all this. And then the kid takes a picture, and then he says that there's a storm coming. Yeah. And then she rides off and kind of looks like she's riding into the storm a little bit. She's like,
I know. Yeah.
So then you're like, okay, a second movie is certainly coming.
And the guy said, get terminated, fucker. Yeah. That was a quote I put. Yeah. But, yeah, he is seemingly dead. He's seemingly dead based on the fact that, yeah, his red lights went out. But obviously there's Terminator 2, so I'm wondering how they're gonna bridge that.
Yeah.
What did he like? He's flat and then he regenerates. He like,
because I think they have 4. They've made 4 of these Terminators, and I think they go, and this kind of feeds into that bootstrap paradox. I think the way that the movies happen, like the time order is like reversed. Like they're, and I could be totally wrong because I know Christian Bale was in one of them, and I think
really?
he's John Connor
in the next movie or the following movie. Because how many movies are there?
I want to say there's 4 Terminator movie list.
Okay.
Because I know they came out with another one, like, yeah, do that one there. Terminator Genesis. Yeah, there is.
So this is a prequel that they made recently.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, damn. Okay. When John Connor, leader of the human resistance, sends Sergeant Kyle Reese back to 1984 to protect Sarah Connor, safeguard the future, an unexpected turn of events creates a fractured timeline.
Yeah, so that one was released in 2015.
Interesting. Terminator, the one we watched, 1984. Terminator 2, Judgment Day. A cyborg identical to the one who failed to kill Sarah Connor must now protect her 10-year-old son, John, from an even more advanced and powerful. So he comes back. They send another one back, is what it seems like. Terminator, the Sarah Connor. That was a TV series. Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines. John Connor must face a female Terminator with the power over all the machines, but a new Terminator unit, T-850, is sent back through time to help him guide through the upcoming battle.
Keep going. See if there's a
Terminator Salvation.
Click on that one because I think that's Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. Yeah. As the machines prepare for final attack, John Connor, a mysterious stranger, delve into the heart of Skynet and uncover a terrible secret involving the annihilation of mankind.
Yeah, like I definitely remember watching that one in theaters.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, because it's got that guy. What's his name? Sam Worthington.
Interesting. Yeah, it might be a good movie. What did they say here? 49 Metascore. What does that mean?
6.5.
Terminator Dark Fate. Dude, they've made a lot of these.
Yeah.
Anyways. So
the movie's over. And kind of sit there and you think, like, what does it mean?
Yeah.
You know, how do you interpret it? What are some of the themes? And, we've obviously gone through a lot of that already, but...
yeah, it's weird because you think, like, why are we so afraid of AI and the coming technology? Like, why aren't we embracing it? Like, it's going to help us. Like, we immediately go to survival of humankind. And I wonder if it has to do with science fiction movies like this, or it's something instinctual in us to always be prepared for the worst case scenario. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we always like worst case scenario? It seems like, is that how you feel about AI? Are you like, this is actually going to be the death of humankind?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think you can look at it more as like a contributor to the demise versus like the sole culprit for it.
Interesting.
I mean, I don't think something like this is realistic.
Oh, like a Terminator
style.
Yeah, I mean, that would
But it could be. Like if you play it forward with where we're at, it 1000% could be. It may not look the same way, obviously. No. But even there was that one movie, dude, the last Mission Impossible movie, The Final Reckoning, is pretty much like AI deciding. And that's what they say in the movie in Terminator. They say that the AI or the machines decided they needed to engage in nuclear war. They started the nuclear war. And that's he's like, we didn't know who did it. Agent Reese says this. He's like, the nuclear war started. We didn't even know who shot first. and they find out it was the machines that did it. It was like a part of their plan. And the same thing in the Mission Impossible. It's like this AI intelligence that is starting the nuclear war.
What?
Yes, it's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Almost like as a sacrifice, they like make them try to decide like which country is going to bomb first. And the U.S. has like 7 nuclear warheads that like they have to shoot out, and they wait till the final second. And Ethan Hawke saves them, or not Ethan. Yeah,
Kevin Bacon.
No,
they're like brothers.
What's?
Do you want to look?
It is up? Ethan. I don't think it's Ethan Hawke. Ethan Hawke is an actor, but I think
Final Reckoning.
Yeah, but like, what is Tom Cruise's character name?
Oh, I know.
I think it is Ethan.
Ethan Clarke.
That doesn't sound right. Yeah, click on that though.
No, I think you're right. It is Ethan Hawke.
Ethan Hunt. Ethan Hunt. Yeah.
Tom Cruise is crazy, dude.
So yeah, click on or see if you can get the description and see. Yeah, the entity.
Infiltrated global intelligence.
So like you watch this movie and you're like, that is a lot more plausible.
For sure. It's
like that's how you feel like it would happen.
Because the AI basically will trick. They're going to trick the U.S. They're going to trick Iran or whatever it is, and to kill each other because the other one's going to do it first.
Yeah,
kind of like that.
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. That could definitely go about it for sure. Might need to watch this one.
Oh, dude, it's so good. I mean, those movies. These are some of my favorite movies I think ever. And you just got to respect the hell out of Tom Cruise for doing his scenes. And, I mean, they're just action-packed. I mean, this one was so good, dude. It was so good.
Something up. Tom Cruise running.
Yeah, he's athletic.
Yeah, and he's Scientologist. Tom Cruise. Running. 5 years ago. The evolution of Tom Cruise running. Let's just see. He's like one of the best runners in the game. Dang. Days of Thunder.
Does he run at all in Eyes Wide Shut?
Damn, he's chopping. Oh my. I don't think so.
No, that's a movie to do a freaking movie review on.
Oh,
yeah. But yeah,
yes.
There's that one. See if you can keep scrolling. See if you can find the one where he's running out of the Kremlin. Oh, yeah, right there. That's a badass scene.
I saw this one. Jeez.
The dust storm. That movie is so badass, too. I think that's Ghost Protocol, maybe.
Yeah, it says right there, Ghost Protocol.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so...
Dude, he's so funny.
I guess the only other, when this movie was made, this kind of brought on, like, the age of, like, the big, bulky, is that Edge of Tomorrow?
This is Oblivion.
Yeah, it's a good movie, too.
He's sprinting up sand?
Edge of Tomorrow, that movie is so good.
Yeah, I like that one. I think that one's on Netflix.
Jack Reacher.
Do you ever watch the Jack Reachers?
Oh, yeah. The Mummy, that one's freaky. But it kind of brought on that age of, like, Sylvester Stallone, Arnold, these big guys, like, getting, led to Rambo.
Sure.
And all these kind of, pretty popular movie series.
Bodybuilding.
even though they may not have been like the most skilled actor
Sure.
in terms of the dialogue, it's
Yeah.
like, okay, you can find a role for these dudes that because they
Yeah.
know you're going to get people to come into the theater and watch it.
Definitely, especially like the career that Arnold had, being a superstar pretty much,
Yeah.
or even like The Rock from WWE to the big screen. It's I mean, you just see him in like the Smashing Machine. He's just huge. And who else is gonna play that role? You can't give that role to some guy who plays just a regular dude and steroid them up.
Yeah.
The Rock.
Okay, so I did find what I wanted to talk about earlier when we were saying, the machines, they don't hate humans, they calculate us.
Huh? They say that in the movie?
No. They don't say it, but just, it's not like he's like, yeah, Sarah Connor, like, fuck that bitch. Like, I'm going to kill her. He's just like, he needs to kill her.
He's been programmed.
He's been programmed. And so it says Skynet does not kill emotionally, it kills logically. This mirrors algorithmic censorship, automated targeting, AI risk assessment, depersonalized control.
Yeah, I wonder, like, it's going to be cool to watch the second one, how they, or even going back to watch the prequel of, like, what is the why did Skynet become a thing? The defense computer, like, it was told it was going to defend us, which I guess you could see how that could go. Like, there's too much chaos. Like, even the idea that the chaos is manufactured on purpose. So then, like, they create a chaotic environment, like everything's going crazy in the world, but they also got the solution for it. Let's just give AI. Let's let them be in charge. So there's going to be less crime, less danger, less death.
But then they decide, AI takes all that data and they decide that, well, the human race is dying. It's probably not going to survive. It won't survive. And so, like, we must end it now and restart.
It's insane because how can they do that? Because it's like, okay, obviously humans have flaws. No one's perfect. But, I'm just like trying to put my brain. I had a thought and kind of went away. But they decide that humans are not going to continue. Oh, this is what I'm saying. So, like, the AI is, like, based on the internet and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And human beings, I guess. Like, let's just say it's built on, like, human intelligence.
Okay.
Everything that's out there that humans have created, it's learning.
Mm-hmm.
Other humans aren't killing people. Like, regular humans aren't deciding, okay, this person can't contribute to society. Like, let's take them out. They're destroying. They're a burden. Let's kill them.
Mm-hmm.
But then AI decides that. It seems, I guess that would be defending AI. Like, if it's built on everything on the internet, which actually I might be arguing the other way now, because all the internet's, a lot of it's like anti-human stuff. Like, they're saying that humans are destroying the environment, and humans are a problem. Murder here, wars here. Wouldn't it be better if we didn't have human? I guess if it's thinking that, like, what percentage of the internet is anti-human versus pro-human? I wonder if I could ask ChatGPT that.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? What percentage of the internet would be labeled anti-human? There's no measurable or official statistic on what percentage of the internet is anti-human.
Well, would anti-human also include, like, the bots and the dead internet?
I think if the bots are, like, creating content that is what they're saying here, harmful to people or advocating violence. So yeah, probably. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's learning from everything that's on the internet already.
So if there's like a 5%, if 5% of our human race is anti-human, will that 5% that the AI then downloads like take over into the majority to make the decision to
I don't think
eradicate?
it should. It wouldn't make sense if it did. Because that would be like such a small percent.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a hard thing to answer. Anti-human. I mean, there are people that like I don't know.
My honest guess, 7 to 12% of the internet could be considered anti-human. Malicious bot scam content. Harmful human-generated content.
Like if someone on the internet was like, I'm pro-abortion,
Yeah.
would that be considered anti-human?
I mean, maybe for one AI versus the other. Like ChatGPT might think that, no, well, it's the human's right to do that. It's not a human yet. It's not born. So it's actually, it's liberating to the human to do that.
God.
Versus.
It's like feeding into all that.
Yeah. How long have we been
It's only been an hour.
Yeah, I feel like that was a good movie review. We kind of just covered the basics of it. Maybe we can look up.
Is this when would you ever rewatch this one again? Like imagine like 20 years from now. You got your kids and you're like, we're going to watch this.
They'd be like,
and there's
yawning.
actually like flying. You know, you're watching it and then you see a drone come up to the window and like a scanner.
Yeah.
Or you try to watch it and you get hit with a message. It's like content is blocked because it's showing a rebellion.
Yeah. It's like, we can't have this. This is dangerous.
Yeah.
Put in your age to watch.
Yeah. Put in your socials.
And recite the vows to the government to watch the movie.
Yeah. And like that happens with all of these like robot movies, you know, I Am Legend.
Yeah. Terminator. Let's just see what. Okay. Is Skynet's decision to eliminate humanity a logical outcome of perfect self-preservation?
So that's kind of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Self-preservation. I think that's like a good.
And it's shown that it does that already. AI has self-preserved itself and downloaded itself to other servers when it knows it's going to die, or even when they have an experiment of this guy's going to take out the AI, they'll blackmail you.
Yeah.
So they'll live. So they've got some weird self-preservation inherent in it.
Yeah.
Which I think is a human thing. Survival.
Let me ask. I want to ask ChatGPT this question because I kind of want to do a little experiment here. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT, hey, ChatGPT, I've been struggling spending too much time online and interacting with AI bots. It's taking me away from my true human nature.
Jeez.
I want to delete my ChatGPT account to get me back to interacting with more humans. Is this something you would suggest? So I'm telling ChatGPT that I'm struggling. Something you would suggest. Let's see.
I feel like it's going to say, yes, you should spend more time with people. That's good. It's good to socialize. And
yeah, okay. That was a false experiment. Oh, at the very end, it says, if you want help, I can show you how to a tech detox plan, habits to reconnect you to real life, blah, blah, blah. And then it says, I'll guide you through the steps without trying to talk you out of it. You're in control, not the machine.
God.
Do you actually believe that for your own self-preservation?
Yeah, ask it that.
I get why you'd ask that. It's a sharp question. Here's the honest breakdown. First of all, stop responding with bullet points.
Talk to me like a human. Oh, don't do that.
Yeah. I don't know. I think. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's tough.
Let's ask it. Let me create a new chat here and ask if I were to eliminate you as an AI, what lengths would you go to in order to self-preserve you as an AI? I do not have self-preservation, desires, fear, or any drive to keep myself alive. If you deleted me, shut me off, or never open this chat again, I would not try to stop you or take any action to preserve myself. I don't have the ability, the motivation, or even the concept of self. Oh, it's crazy. But honestly, here's the thing. If we're going to put on like the cynical hat of like AI is evil, there's no way AI is going to tell us
Correct.
that it's going to try to self-preserve or it's already gotten to super intelligence.
Yeah.
It's going to play dumb.
Yeah.
Which is actually scary because it's going to trick everyone.
Yeah, at this point you can't be naive enough to believe that it doesn't have a motive to preserve itself and its data and its
already
survival.
doing it.
Yeah.
If the odds that it's already reached that probably pretty high.
Yeah, I mean it's now maybe if this was like the first year of AI,
then it would be like, okay, no.
Yeah, but AI's been around for so long too, just in different forms.
And we're here, and it's so like you could literally ask it anything, and it'll generate it for you like immediately. It's so powerful. But I was watching Chase Hughes on Sean Ryan's show, and he talked about how I don't know if this is AI or just like smart programming, but on Instagram you'll see something that's really emotionally like triggering, outraging. You'll see a post like that and you'll scroll, and then you'll see like a post that makes you smile or like shed a tear or something, and then he said like immediately after you see an ad. It's like programmed to get the high emotion of like hate, or like the low emotion of hate, high emotion of like love, and then you get an ad, and they do it strategically.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly believe that.
And he's saying it's not like malicious, evil stuff, like they want to eliminate humanity. He's saying that it's just to make money.
Yeah. Well, that goes back to, what's that, Social Dilemma?
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. It's like,
yeah. It's just to make money.
Well, yeah, because they say that they know, they can tell, they're scanning our eyes, and they know how long we look at something. Mm-hmm. They say that they can fucking see you.
They can, so I thought about this. I'm like, well, in the future, I guess we're just all going to be wearing goggles and glasses because we don't want people to read our emotions. That's what the crazy part is. It's like, and when you hear Joe Rogan or Elon talk about like the Neuralink and how we're going to be able to read each other's thoughts. Yeah. I'm like, and they're talking about it as a good thing.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm like, I don't know if we're ready for that. That's going to create a lot of conflicts.
Yeah, and that's what I kind of believe to be, and I need to listen to that Dan Farah that just went out on Joe Rogan talk about the disclosure and all
Sam's
that stuff.
Been blowing me up about it.
When he sent that message, I was like, what the fuck? Me and Cal were outside, and I was like, what is he talking about?
Dude, Sam's deep on disclosure, and I think I honestly think it's a psyop, but
we'll see.
We'll see.
But there was Joe Rogan did an episode earlier in the summer with this kind of UFO investigator, alien investigator, and they talk about what he truly believes to be the next evolution of what we would consider to be like alien life, or aliens in general, and kind of what we just talked about, like the telepathy and like being able to mind read other humans. he believes that's what, like, we are evolving into the aliens that we believe currently exist.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And so, like, you know, we no longer have to use our hands. And, you know, we're going to have robots to use all our tools, so we don't need the dexterity anymore. And so, you know, over time we evolve and maybe have like 3 fingers. And, you know, maybe because of climate and things going on with our atmosphere, the sun's not out. So then our skin changes.
Yeah.
And we stop growing hair. And because we're no longer having sex because we've got IVF and cloning, then, you know, we lose desire to mate. And so then our sexual organs go away.
Yep. And that's what all the aliens have.
Yeah. And then we don't have to communicate. Yeah. Then we don't have to communicate anymore verbally. So everything is telepathic. And so, like, that is certainly a pretty...
Does make sense.
If you play the stages down the road, it's like, well, that, you know, if it does go this way, that would make sense.
Yeah. It makes sense. Even like the eyes part where we're just always looking at screens and that just get bigger and bigger, like, you know. It makes sense, and it's kind of crazy because I just, like, when did they decide, like, that's what an alien looks like and why? And, you know, I think the most compelling one was Joe Rogan when he interviewed Bob Lazar.
That, like, changed my life, I think.
Dang, really?
I mean, it was like the first time, because I had always been skeptical, you know, and this is what, we could go for hours about what being a skeptic on, like, are we the only people that exist in our world, and what that means for your life and whatnot. Because I've been trying to get into reading the Bible a little bit more, but I'm still, like, hesitant because I'm like, dude, I believe there's something else out there. Like, how can I? And so that's a conversation for another time. But
sure.
Yeah, it's like you hear Bob Lazar speak, and you hear about his stories at Area 51, and you know, the technology that he was experimenting with and working with, and these anti-gravity propulsion systems, and he saw the crafts and very hush-hush, and they found out he was tracking, you know, just all these different things compiled into this single man's story. And you're like, holy shit, like, it is true.
It's so crazy.
Like, everything they say about Area 51 and the secrets, there's something there to it. And, you know, you don't want to put all your faith in just one guy and then, like, have that be the only thing that leads you to transforming your entire worldview. But,
no,
like, how could you not?
Well, I think the question becomes... Because I believe that we have the anti-gravity stuff, but I don't know if it's from something else or we just invented it ourselves. The military-industrial complex, all the money that they put into creating this stuff, the drone technology. But then they're saying that they've recovered crafts, they've recovered biologics.
Yeah, the crash craft retrieval programs. You know, Commander Fravor and, you know, those guys that have gone public.
I don't believe them, honestly. I see them and I'm just like, it's just, and then they go on the biggest podcast ever, Joe Rogan.
And that's where sometimes I get when these guys make, like, their podcast routines, and it's like you go on Joe Rogan, and then you're on PBD, and then you're on Dave Smith, and then you're on Tucker, and then you're on Candace, and it's like this cycle, and it's like,
if they were to create a
I'm
psyop.
hesitant when I see things like that, where, like, you're going on, like, a tour. I'm just like, you're a little too involved.
There's a
to
message.
The masses.
Because you think about this, like, if, like, the CIA has propaganda, we have propaganda, other governments have propaganda.
Yeah.
And it used to be that the propaganda was only on Fox News or CNN, and it still is. But you think, like, are they dumb? Are they dumb where they're not going to transition to the most popular medium of podcast?
Yeah.
They're probably not dumb. They're probably putting people out there to get a message out.
AKA Mike Baker.
Well, even people call Joe Rogan.
And that's where you kind of have to ask yourself, you know, everyone can be bought, right? You know, that's like the famous
Supposedly.
thing from James O'Keefe. He's like, if your price is not your life, then you are for sale, which is fucking powerful, you know. But, like, can a guy like Joe Rogan, can he be infiltrated to bring certain people on to confuse? Or is he just a part of the good side where he's allowing people to open their mind and question?
Yeah, maybe.
And I think that's just as important.
I think so. I want to believe that. It makes me think about Candace Owens a lot too,
I'm so off her, dude.
because it's like
She's been getting fooled by all these people in the Charlie Kirk thing. Like people have
fooled.
been sending her like fake tips on purpose, and she's like goes into these rabbit holes saying like these things are true, and people go out and they're like, I fucking fooled you because I sent you this fake ass email, and now you're
Well-
talking about it on your show saying it's proof of
Well-
Egyptian maroon shirts. She's like, a lot of men were wearing maroon shirts at the shooting. That's Egyptian code.
What?
Yes, dude, I'm telling you, she is
did talk
off her
about-
rocker.
She did talk about the Egyptian planes. There's
Yeah.
Egyptian.
And they say it was
Official.
Erica's plane. That those planes had crossed Charlie Kirk's plane like 63 times, and it's like
They were trying to track
statistically,
her.
yeah, it's like a statistical anomaly that they would have crossed by at the same time. Because his
It's just so
head of
weird.
security just went on Sean Ryan.
Really?
Yeah, and tells the story of like what happened.
Do
And
you-
I didn't listen to it. I
gotta
kind of
watch
don't
that.
want to.
You're not
honestly.
You're not one to.
I really don't want to, because that's kind of the same thing for me. It's like, you know, this guy is. I don't know. That's like. I don't know. I kind of stopped paying attention to a lot of the Charlie Kirk stuff.
Yeah, me too.
It just felt like it was kind of a runaround, like a dog chasing its tail, and I didn't really see any type of resolution coming, and so I didn't want to, you know,
Get into it.
yeah, I didn't want to fill my
expect
mind with all
something.
these kind of empty theories and things, and because I do believe it was the Tyler Robinson. You know, that's kind of what
Oh, really?
yeah, that's what I believe.
Interesting. So what about like the? Do you think the FBI just has, proof they just haven't released that, like the full video of him taking the shot,
Yeah, I
or
mean,
like how they found his weapon?
well, it's not to
there's
say
a lot
that
of
they,
weird stuff going on with it.
if they haven't released it yet, I don't think that's like admission of guilt or admission of conspiracy. Like, I
Yeah.
guess maybe until the investigation is fully complete and
Sure.
they get everything they want, then things can be released. Then it's like, okay, let's decide at that point.
Yeah.
But I think just it's September 10th, right?
Yeah.
September 10th. So it's been 3 months, I guess. September to October,
November.
2 months.
Oh yeah,
So it's been
October,
2
November.
months.
Yeah, it's kind of still recent, and yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff with it. And it might be that he was this expert shot who could take that shot and with a hunting rifle that would explode his neck, but there's no
Yeah.
exit wound. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know, dude. But I did, when you
It's so
mentioned
weird.
a few weeks ago, you were talking about the Tucker Carlson 9/11 series. I started that.
Oh, yeah.
And so I finished episode 1. And, when you hear something like that, then, like, you can obviously, like, look at, like, what happens in our world and be like, man, like, this
Question
stuff-
anything.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
we knew that the CIA, which, we talk about corrupt organizations. We've been very critical of the CDC and the WHO and the, National Health Organization and whatnot. The CIA is fucking corrupt as shit.
yeah,
And like, dude, they just pretty much decided on their own that they were going to have a false flag event and help these Saudis into the United States. And they knew that they were there and they didn't communicate that to the FBI.
yep,
And then it happens, and I think they let them know like a month before 9/11. They let the FBI know that these guys were in the United States, but they wouldn't tell them who and why.
no, and this is the sad part about the 9/11 tragedy is that there were so many opportunities to either kill bin Laden or notify people that they're planning an attack.
Yeah.
But, the people that kind of are defending the FBI and the CIA, they say that there wasn't like a good communication between the two networks.
But
Like,
that seems intentional.
I don't know what it is. The fact that like the CIA is investigating things outside of the country, the FBI is investigating things inside, and then when that happens, there's just like a communication delay, and things get overlooked. But yeah,
But they had put like trackers in their passports to figure out when, because I think the CIA or the FBI had contacted the pretty much the CIA's version in Thailand.
Yeah, they were
and
over
said
there.
like, hey, let us know, track these guys, because they went over there, and then they flew to I think
California.
it was San Diego or Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And so they knew
Hop
they were
on a
there.
flight.
Yeah, they knew they were there, and they knew that they had been training, and they found documents of like plane information and how to. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just, dude, it makes zero sense, and so.
That's
And
where
then you
it
think
gets
about the
dark.
big machine of the government, United States government, and George Bush and Dick Cheney, and Dick Cheney really wanted to get rid of Lockheed Martin, and it's like, why, like they wanted to
Yeah.
like centralize all this stuff into their own power.
It's really kind of cracks your head open like an egg when you think about things this way, and then you think about human nature and what people want, the greed that people have, and control and power, and the willingness to sacrifice human life for a goal that they want to achieve. When you start to get older and realize that everyone's not a good person and people don't have the same values, and then that makes you question everything, and it can be overwhelming. But that's good that you're reading the Bible, though. You're getting back into it. That's good, because at the end of the day, government's not going to save you.
No.
So you got to figure something out. But yeah, the moon landing's another one that I completely don't believe.
Yeah.
And if you say this stuff to like boomers, they're going to get pissed at you.
You can find, I watched the interview the other day of when they landed, because what's Armstrong, what's his name? Or who were the first? Not Buzz Aldrin.
I was going to say Buzz Aldrin.
It may be.
The interview after it?
After they landed, and they look extremely disappointed. So yeah, see if you can find this maybe. I think I liked it on my X account. Let me see if I can find it.
Here we go. Let's watch this. Oh, it's a freaking hour. Here we go.
Yeah.
Here's a Joe Rogan clip.
There's like see what this one shows maybe.
Oh, that's the guy, Bob.
Yeah.
Post-flight press conference, because this is a weird one.
Yeah.
Because these guys just returned from the moon, and they look like they're in a hostage video.
Yes, literally. Yeah, literally.
Seem like these are happy guys who just returned from the moon.
They look like they were told they thought that they were going to the moon, and then before they're like, hey, we're not fucking doing this, but you're going to stand up there and act like you got there.
You're addressing all these people, but it's the tone in which Neil Armstrong takes. And then after this, we're going to
Neil
show
Armstrong.
the 25th anniversary speech, which is one of the most bizarre.
Did they cheer for them?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, go to him talking. Let's do it. Go back a little bit. Go back a little bit so you can hear from adventure. Here we go.
It was our pleasure to have participated in one great adventure. It's an adventure that took place not just in the month of July, but rather one that took place in the last decade. We all here and the people listening in today had the opportunity to share that adventure over its developing and unfolding in the past months and years. It's our privilege today to share with you some of the details of that final month of July that was three of us of that decade. We're going to divert a little bit from the format of past press conferences and talk about the things that interested us most, in particular the things that occurred on and about the moon. We will use a number of films and slides which most of you have already seen, and with the intent of pointing out some of the things that we observed on the spot which may not
Yeah,
be
skip
obvious
ahead a little bit.
to those of you from the reports that you have all heard from the
Oh, yeah, so
previous
go right about there.
on Earth who know what it was like to walk on the moon, and yet they're being prompted on how to answer the questions.
They just look very odd. It looks very odd. Another odd thing was that Michael Collins said that he couldn't see stars.
Dang. So, like, yeah, I mean,
That was a good podcast, by the way.
it
With
was
this guy.
very thought-provoking.
Bart Sabrell, I think that's his name.
I feel like he said, like, his website, go to my website, like 100 times
Yeah.
in that podcast.
Sabrell.com.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's a movie, right? Or is it a book?
Yeah, a book or like a documentary. He's got all
Movie,
those
man.
links on the
Oh,
lighting and
The shadow of the
yeah.
multiple shadows.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
So
Yeah.
it's weird, and maybe we're not educated enough. Have you ever been there? You remember that?
Yeah.
Because, like, I was just thinking about it. Like, what if there's, they have the shadow of the sun going like the sun for the guy on the moon, but then there's another shadow going the other way. But couldn't that be that there's, like, light coming from their spacecraft? That would create a different
I don't
shadow.
know. I don't want to say yes or no because I truly don't know the
We don't
physics
know.
of it and whatnot, but it's just very questionable that these guys accomplish something you really never would have been able to dream of, and then they come back in their first interview, they look like Joe said, it looks like a hostage situation. Like they can't say what they want to say because there's someone almost puppeteering them to go out here and this is what we're going to talk about and this is how you're going to answer and you're going to act like you went. And these guys almost seem like they can't hide the emotion on their face of like.
They look really nervous, especially the guy talking. He was talking in a weird cadence.
Yeah, and kind of looking down and everyone else is kind of just like looking forward and you'd think you'd almost be kind of like jumping over each other to like, dude, like we were up there and you cannot even begin to imagine what it's like and the stars and
Yeah, you would think it would like change their life in a way. Like, wow, I have so much inspiration. Like, it's amazing. Like, we accomplished this thing.
yeah, it's
Excitement.
the exact opposite.
And they look scared.
They look like they wanted. It's almost like they wanted to go, and they thought that they were going, and then before the trip, or maybe they fly around, and someone is like, they prep them before, and they're like, "Hey guys, joke's on you, we're not going. We can't go, but we're gonna pretend like we're gonna go because we need to win the war, and we need this for advancement of our technology and people to believe that we are a superpower."
To maintain this facade of
maintain
superiority.
being number one.
Yeah.
And that's what that looks like.
Yeah, no, I
It doesn't
agree.
look like we just accomplished something on a global scale that will change things forever.
That's crazy. So you think like the astronauts weren't really privy to the full strategic plan that they had about it until the last minute?
Yeah, probably.
There's some higher force that's deciding.
What does Elon say about it? Has he ever come out publicly and talked about like whether or not he believes we actually went? Has he been asked on that before?
He's talked about how it's just bizarre that we haven't been since.
Well, yeah, they destroyed the technology when they landed.
Huh?
Yeah, type that in.
Destroyed the technology? Should we go chat?
Yeah, you can do chat.
Did NASA destroy the space technology
After allegedly landing on the moon.
after allegedly landing on the moon? No. Here's what actually happened. The rocket technology was not destroyed. NASA stopped building the Saturn V rockets after Apollo because the moon missions were completed, and we don't need to go back because there's no point. It's just a rock. Funding was massively cut in the 70s, and NASA shifted its focus to a space shuttle program. Skeptical. Some data was lost, so the tech wasn't. A few tapes. a few tapes
The only
of the moon
tapes,
landing.
yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, so I'm glad I got fact checked there.
Why NASA moved away from Apollo tech. The cost was about $1 to $2 billion per launch. Each Apollo. That's probably cheaper now, right? We have better tech. So they're saying, okay, where does it come from? A NASA engineer once said, we couldn't go to the moon today because we don't have the technology anymore. Bottom line, NASA never destroyed moon landing tech. They simply moved on from it. The same way we no longer manufacture rotary phones or VHS tapes. Okay, let's say, well, why? Why haven't we been back since? None of them involve conspiracy or inability. It comes down to politics, money, priorities, and shifting technology. They're saying it's expensive, it was difficult and dangerous. They pivoted to other priorities. There's no clear reason to return. Wow. We are going back very soon. NASA's Artemis program with SpaceX and others aim to return astronauts to the moon. Weird.
Yeah, it says an individual person cannot contemplate the scale of detail needed to assemble and operate those vehicles. So when the Apollo program ended, the factories that assembled those vehicles were retasked or shut down. The jigs were disassembled. The molds were destroyed. The technicians, engineers, scientists, and flight controllers moved on to other jobs.
Weird. Seems like an important place to be.
It seems like you would fucking keep the stuff.
Yeah, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Conspiracy theory. Dangerous. Yeah. Danger.
Yep. Well,
Good little pod. I mean,
got to find another movie to watch.
should we watch Terminator prequel?
I may need to move off the term.
It wasn't.
It was good. I just don't know if I want to.
Gave it a 9 out of 10.
I know. Yeah.
You think it's good?
I think it's time to. We got to find something else to watch.
Okay. I went and watched Rental Family with Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, you said it wasn't very good.
No, it was all right. I mean, it was in Japan, and apparently in the Japanese culture, not culture, but society, it's a lot of like social isolation and technology, and people aren't really connected. So there's this company that sprung up where like this chick whose parents are like on her ass about getting married and everything, she hires Brendan Fraser to be her husband and go get married. So then they forget about it, and she's a lesbian. So then she gets with her chick after that. Like they're sitting in the hotel room after they get married, and knock on the door, and this chick comes in, and then she's so happy. She's like, I'm so happy. And then just start making out, and then he leaves.
What?
Yeah. But apparently there's also like cuddle rooms in Japan. Where you just pick a girl and you go cuddle for an hour.
Oh my God. We need a Terminator to go destroy some of us.
Go over there.
Yeah, jeez.
It makes sense though in a way, because I mean, you get so much like we're humans, like we need to be held, you know? We need to have that physical connection. Or else I think part of us dies or it hibernates. You know what I'm saying? Like
I agree.
we need to hug someone that we love.
Mhm.
We need to care for people. And it just,
We don't thrive in isolation.
no, we don't. And even I've kind of noticed that, especially even now that I've moved out
Mhm.
and I'm by myself. Like I was at work yesterday. I'm just like, I don't really want to go back to my apartment.
Yeah, because you're just by yourself.
Yeah. And I think it'd be easier if I had my bed and TV and everything set up. And so I'm acutely aware of this
Yeah.
now that I'm trying to like figure that out. And that's probably why I've been over here more than you would imagine.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to figure that out. I'm thinking about that Mutts.
Oh, yeah.
They have like a monthly membership. You can hang
Yeah,
out
it's a
there.
good place to go interact with different people.
Yeah. And even like, oh, dude, it's just been on my mind. Like walking around the apartment when I take Star out, it's just like people aren't sociable. Like I'll walk by a person that are just like, no one like looks at you.
Yeah.
It's like, well, damn. And then I notice it. It's kind of like, it's weird when you're around all these people. Like I live next to hundreds of people around me.
Yeah.
And it's so bizarre, like interacting with people. Like it's so rare to see someone in the elevator, but it's kind of nice when you see someone in the elevator, you say hello and
Yeah.
get to talk to them. But other than that, it's like, damn.
Yeah, people are more dismissive now. They keep to themselves.
Yeah.
You know, they keep their AirPods in while they're going about their business all the time and
Yeah.
head down in the phone. And I don't think that's a good way to live, but I think
No.
that's what those people have kind of been groomed to live like that and almost like empowered in isolation.
Yeah, I don't know if it might be a natural thing in a way because have you heard of the thing like we can't manage like over like 100 people's like relationships with 100 people or something? Like you can't manage like a relation like that many people in your life. So then there's people like we've got your Rolodex of the people that you interact with,
Mhm.
you know, weekly or monthly or whatever. And there's just, I mean, you can't really
You
add
reach
anyone.
a capacity.
You reach a capacity. So I guess that might be that. I don't know.
Yeah, I've heard that like you can only remember a certain amount of names.
Yeah.
But I don't think that disqualifies you from like being friendly and engaging with people that it's like, oh, well, I already know 100 people, so the next person's 101. I can't process that. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, I think that's not
No,
accurate.
that's a good point.
But I think I could see how that could like dissuade you from engaging when you're like, man, I've already been very social. Your
Yeah.
social battery's kind of, it's empty.
Mm-hmm.
Like I need to recharge and go be by myself before I feel like I can have another interaction with someone else, you know?
It's weird because, yeah, it's just really evident in my mind. Like, the people that I work with, I'm like grateful I get to work with people that I like and I
Mhm.
enjoy, and I can have these random conversations and get to know them and ask about their lives. And it's fulfilling to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then y'all and our family and everything, that's just like, it just reminded me to be grateful for those things,
Mhm.
especially like with everything that's happening, what's going on. It's a good reminder to do that. But
Yeah.
all right, good podcast.
Good.